What is up, guys? Welcome to a new video, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Danny Kvyat. It broke news recently that he has been ditched by Red Bull completely, or at least Toro Rosso. He might still wear the Red Bull sponsors on his helmet whatever he does, but he's not going to be racing in Formula 1 with Toro Rosso. Now this is kind of an interesting one because obviously he took part in the USA Grand Prix after being dropped for 2 races. He came back, scored some points actually, which I was kind of upset about because I didn't want him to retain his seat. But at the same time, a few days afterwards, after the Grand Prix, it came out that Gasly and Brendan Hartley would be racing in Mexico, and it then came out that Kvyat is no longer going to drive for Toro Rosso and he can look for other seats in Formula 1. Which is it's kind of harsh because he did a solid job in USA, and obviously out of the stable of drivers that they have, he's probably the most confident in terms of probably getting results, because obviously Gasly and Hartley, they've got to work themselves up to a point where they're as confident. Like, I think personally that Gasly and Hartley are better drivers. Like, they're a lot more accomplished than Kvyat. But at the same time, it's kind of a bit suspect. I mean, obviously, you can't really train Hartley and Gasly if they are driving for Toro Rosso next season to then, you can't do like one in, one out, one in, one out, and then that's it, season done, and they're not going to get that much opportunity. But it's still very odd to me that, I expected it. I think a lot of people expected it, but at the same time, it's kind of a bit surreal because I've wanted Gasly to take Kvyat's seat for ages in Toro Rosso. He's never really been in any of my career modes, or at least the one that just went anyway. I've always got him out straight away, more or less, and replaced him with Gasly. So it's great because Toro Rosso do need a bit of a switch up. Obviously, they've had Sainz there for so long. I say so long. It's only been 3 seasons, but it feels like forever. So it's going to be interesting to see how Hartley can do. Obviously, he's a Le Mans winner, WEC champion. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, he's got the skills. It's just whether he can transfer that into actual F1 racecraft. Now, look at this overtake quickly. Now, I lock up, I go wide, and then obviously Sainz, he's got a puncture of some sort, and we just squeeze through. And we managed to actually get alongside Hamilton and eventually pass him. So that was pretty awesome. But, yeah, and the only other thing as well, because I can't really see Kvyat getting a drive. I don't think he's going to get the Williams seat, because I reckon he'd probably have Kubica over Kvyat any day. And also, what's going to happen with the Russian Grand Prix? Because, I mean, I'm not saying like that's the reason they have one is because of Kvyat, but at the same time, I think there's a chance that they could end up losing it because Kvyat isn't in the sport. Because what good is a race with no drivers from that nationality? Like, I mean, yeah, sure, you've had Belgium on there and Italy on there for the longest time. They haven't had any drivers until Van Dorn. Italy obviously hasn't got any race drivers in there. There hasn't been any for a good few years, I think. I think one of the last ones was Luzzi, and that was, 2011, I think? So, at the same time, that's probably way off. I'm pretty sure he made a pile up into turn 1 and ended up going sideways, but it's just, I don't want to see this track go because I really do like this track. It's one of my favourites because it's so flowing, and if you get in a rhythm and a pattern, it's just so easy to just float the car through the corners, and you're pretty much set. So it'd be a shame to see that go, but I do think there's a high possibility. Speaking of Kubica, he's straight ahead of us. Of what's going to happen with Kvyat. Like, I'm not sure if he'll just become like a test driver for a team. I don't think he's really capable of performing. I mean, I think every season he's, I'm pretty sure one season he beat someone, I want to say it was Ricardo or someone in the championship in one season. But since then, like, it's just been awful. Obviously, the 2015 season was his downfall. 2016 season, sorry, not 2015. 2016 season was downfall, and it's kind of just spiraled on from there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you think that he's going to get a drive in F1, if so, who? And what can Kvyat actually do from this position? Because I don't really think he's got anywhere else to go. Like where can this boy go? Because he hasn't got much opportunity left, I don't think. Not in F1. I'm not sure what else he could do. You never know. He might go Formula E. He might go WEC. Like he could do all sorts of stuff because obviously he's got those connections and stuff like that. But it's a weird one for me. I'm not sure how or what he's gonna do, but we're gonna have to find out. We'll have to wait and see. Come this time next year, obviously we'll know what he's done. Even he might not even continue racing. He might do other stuff. We never know what could happen with the young Russian driver. But that's been it for this video, guys. This is a short one. It's been a bit of a slow day today. Yeah, I'll keep you updated on season mode and career mode. Until then, guys, I'll see you later.